Have you ever had one of those days where the world just stops, where in a single moment, everything you thought you knew changes? This is a story about a day just like that. A rainy afternoon, a crowded street, and a simple umbrella that became the start of everything. It wasn't a day for romance. The sky was a gloomy gray, and rain was pouring down in sheets, turning the city streets into a blurry watercolor painting. I was rushing home from work, head down, trying to avoid the puddles. Just another face in the crowd. My mind was on deadlines, bills, the usual stuff. Love was the furthest thing from my thoughts. I was just trying to get through another dreary Monday. And then, I saw her. It's funny how memory works. I can't recall what she was wearing or even the exact color of her hair. But I remember the way she looked at the rain. Everyone else was miserable, rushing, and annoyed. But she was standing under the awning of a small bookshop, a gentle smile on her face, as if the downpour was a private concert just for her. She wasn't just waiting for the rain to stop. She was experiencing it. In that moment, surrounded by the chaos of the city, she was an island of perfect calm. It was like seeing a character from a movie step into real life. My heart did this thing, a jolt, a skip, whatever you want to call it. It was completely involuntary. I had to get closer. But what do you say to a complete stranger? My feet felt like lead. Every corny pickup line I'd ever heard flashed through my mind and was instantly rejected. I was just about to give up and walk away, chalking it up to another missed opportunity. When our eyes met, it was just for a second, but it felt like an eternity. There was a spark of recognition, a silent hello that passed between us. Taking a deep breath, I walked over. My heart was pounding in my chest. I remember thinking, just say something, anything. I pointed up at the gray sky and said the most brilliant thing I could think of, some weather. Huh? She laughed. It was a sound that cut right through the noise of the traffic and the rain. She said something back, something about how she loved rainy days, how they made the city feel cozy and new. We started talking, right there under the awning of the bookshop. We talked about books, about our favorite coffee shops, about our dreams. It felt less like a first meeting and more like catching up with an old friend I hadn't seen in years. Before we knew it, the rain had softened to a drizzle. The world was coming back to life around us. But for a little while, we had been in our own bubble. I knew I couldn't let this moment end. I asked if I could walk her home, sharing my ridiculously oversized umbrella. As we walked, our shoulders brushed, and that simple touch felt more electric than anything I'd ever experienced. When we reached her doorstep, I didn't want to say goodbye. I felt like, if I walked away, the magic would disappear with the rain. Summoning the last of my courage, I asked for her number. She smiled that same serene smile I first saw and gave it to me. Walking home, I couldn't stop replaying the whole encounter in my mind. The way she smiled, the sound of her laugh, the feeling of her shoulder brushing against mine. It was a movie scene, and somehow, I was the main character. That rainy Monday, which started so ordinary, had turned into the most extraordinary day of my life. It was the day I fell in love with a stranger who, thankfully, didn't stay a stranger for long. So, what about you? Have you ever had a moment that completely changed the course of your day, or even your life? A chance encounter that felt like it was written in the stars. Share your stories in the comments below. I'd love to read them. If you enjoyed this little trip down memory lane, please hit the like button and subscribe for more stories about the unexpected moments that make life beautiful. Thanks for watching.